Alright, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day, a lovely night wherever you're from. And real quick before we get started, as always, I want to give a lovely shout out to the channel members on this channel. So thank you so much to these lovely commanders here that you see on screen. Thank you guys so much for your guys' constant generosity and support to me as always. It really means a lot to me, so thank you guys so much. And if you guys are actually interested in becoming a lovely commander yourself, if you are interested in any of these cute and lovely emotes, loyalty crown badges, if you want a special role in the Discord, make sure to join the Discord. But as always, if you choose to do so, thank you so much. Just remember, that's not the only way that you can support me. Just watching the content like you are right now is truly the best way. Liking, subscribing, and commenting, everything really does help. So thank you guys so much. And for today's video, before we get started, I just want to wish everyone a happy holiday and a Merry Christmas wherever you are. It is Christmas Day for me right now as of this upload. Hopefully you're enjoying your Christmas. Hopefully you got what you wanted. If not, hopefully you're just enjoying the time right now. Just vibing, stay warm. But that being said, we got a special bit of a video for you guys today. As you know, a long time ago, I did upload a video in regards to the top 5 Feet In Nikke. And you know what? As a Christmas holiday gift for all of you, we are going back and updating that list as of 2025. Who has the best Feet In Nikke, in my opinion? All right, let me just put a disclaimer there. This is my personal taste. Some people might have some contentions here. That's all right. We all got different preferences, but at the end of the day, we all appreciate feet, and I gotta get my digital footprint even worse, pun intended. So with that being said, one thing I did want to talk about though, because this was very serious, all right? No jokes around here. I was looking at every foot in Nikke yesterday, and I noticed something that was kind of interesting, but not really surprising, is that we've gotten a lot of power creep in terms of art. Obviously, a lot of different artists do different characters, a lot more detail for a lot of characters, and especially with the gacha skins, you notice it. But there are just some units who have aged better than others, even from year 1. And for example, there is a year 1 unit in my top 5, surprisingly, but I'm pretty sure I mentioned a certain unit before, and I just didn't have them this time. Slight spoiler alert, but the original Quincy is not here anymore, and I want to show you an example of what I'm talking about. So let me scoot on over, and let's put it on screen right here. And right now we are at NKS viewer. But for instance, let's say I'm talking about Quincy, right? The original Quincy. I think I had her somewhere in my list before. But when we're talking about the feet, like, you can tell that with some characters, like the feet, man, they just haven't aged good. The detail is just not there. Obviously, it's just not meant to be. It is what it is, but she is just not in the list anymore. But there are some characters who have aged better than others, and that's just based on like different artists and everything like that. So you might see that come up. But I'm breaking down this video in like 3 categories, all right? I want to talk about characters like where they had huge potential and Shift Up just dropped the ball on them. And then I want to give my honorable mentions, and then we get to the top 5. So timestamps for wherever you want to go down below. I'm not going to timestamp the characters, just spoiler's sake, but I am going to timestamp the category. Now, I want to start by talking about the characters that could have been. So let's get started with talking about Mast. Now, Mast has a summer skin that looks really good. Honestly, one of my favorite looking skins, kind of underrated, looks really good, but look at those toes. Really well defined, honestly. Black toes as well. Look at those crabs too. They know they're next to some good looking feet. But then when we go to the aim, like, what are we doing here, Shift Up? Come on. The pose, we could have seen some good looking souls with this skin. Like, what could have been, man? And honestly, Maiden is in a similar position with her summer skin, but more so kind of worse because not really much detail on the feet, but you also have to see this god-awful hair. Like, and I'm not exaggerating, this thing looks bad when you use it. Like, look at this. What is this? This looks like garbage, and it ruins the focal point of the feet. I'm telling you, Shift Up, like, they had something going, and they just kind of fucked it up. But hey, it is what it is, man. And I didn't include her here because I still like the skin. But if we were to put in Scarlet's gacha skin here, this skin, the idol expression looks fantastic. Great looking feet, red painted toes, looking good. They put a good bit of detail with the expression in this. But when we talk about the aim, there's just not much here. So that's why I didn't really put her here, just because the skin looks great, the idol lobby looks great, but the shooting pose just not really there for me. We could have gotten a little bit more. Maybe we could have seen something special. But let's get back into the summer mood and let's start talking about the recent characters, because we got Senti with a great looking skin, and I ain't gonna lie, they did her kind of good. Great looking hair, love the tan, looking good. Honestly, some nice looking feet. Not gonna lie, I could see some potential. And here's the thing, the feet, we could have had some promise here. But like the shooting pose that they chose to give her, it's just not working for me. It's not working for me, and it's not doing her feet justice. We could have had some great looking feet. Take off the like shoes, the sandals, give her a different position to shoot in, and let's see the feet. Free the feet is all I'm saying. We could have had something special here. They were slightly cooking. We see the vision. They just need to cook a little bit more. And I don't know about you guys, but Neon, still a punching bag to me by Shift Up. Hopefully, with the summer skin, we could have seen some great looking feet. We could have seen some good buffs. And they did buff her, and it barely did anything, and she's still one of the worst characters in the game. So, bravo to Shift Up, but bravo for making some great looking shading on this character. One of my favorite looking units they released, and the feet looked promising, yet we had a great looking pose to be covered. What are we doing, Shift Up? What are we doing? You guys had it in the bag for the feet. We had a great looking pose, yet you chose to cover it. I don't understand it. It's a shame. But in a different circumstance, I do want to talk about a character who was done justice for summer, and that's Doro. She looks fantastic. Not only is her kit good, but she looks good. We see potential with the feet here. The pale skin, I think I might be a little bit biased to the pale skin, but looks really good. But you know what? We had a great assets, great looking pale booty. But what are we doing with these fat fucking shoes, Shift Up? These fat shoes. We could have had something good here. And you know what's the fucked up part? We could see the feet if we were to remove these. So they're removable. The art's there, yet they covered it. It's such a shame. It's such a shame that Shift Up chose to do this. And I didn't include E-Leg here just because the way that her feet are positioned is just not as good as Doro. But still, really great looking unit. Still my #1 favorite character in the game, don't get me wrong. But just not in the feet game, unfortunately. But with all that out the way, it's time to get started. And let's start talking about the honorable mentions. Now, honorable mentions are still good, don't get me wrong. But they're just not quite there to be top 5. Still look good, so there might be some arguments here. But hey, this is my list, alright? But we are going to start off with kind of a hot one, maybe. Because I'm going to be talking about Rappy Red Hood's summer gacha skin. One of my favorite gacha skins they've released to date, probably in the top 3. Let me know if you want to see a video on that. But, great looking skin, great shading on whoever did it, great looking toes. I see the potential here, guys. I see the potential here. You guys are cooking. And we go to the aim, and they are cooking indeed. Great looking shading, especially on the soles. A little bit of the glisten from the water. Looking good. Just get these fucking Crocs out the way, and let me see those toes curl just like a little bit. Let me have that, and we're good to go. So close to greatness, so close to peak. Just gotta remove these. Let me see those toes a little bit, and we might be good to go. In a similar circumstance, Tuve actually got a skin for this event, and it looks great, don't get me wrong. And it's in a different circumstance than Rappy. You see a little bit more, you see a little bit, just like a little bit of the toes, and they're not as detailed at all, but they're not as detailed as Rappy's. You see a little bit more, just like a little bit more, but they're just not as detailed. So unfortunately, I still feel like she's still in the honorable mention. Still good, just not peak. And this one is going to be kind of a nitpick one because even I don't understand why I don't like it that much. And some people might hate me that I'm not including it because Summer Rosanna looks really good. Don't get me wrong. She looks fantastic. Great thighs, great looking belly, great booba, good looking feet. Not as detailed as I want, but still painted toenails looking good. And we go to the aim, right? It's just something about it, man. Like, even though there's a bit of shading here and you can actually see the toe curl a little bit, it's just not enough detail as much as I want. Something feels off about her. And Summer Sakura, there's just not enough for me to even put her here. And I don't know. I still like it, but just something feels off. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. If there's something missing, let me know. But still, really good. Just something's missing for her to be in my top 5. Now, this one, someone might give me shit for it. Not gonna lie. Someone might give me shit for it. And I actually think that Crown is still an honorable mention. I know. It might be crazy because I think she might have been in my top 5, but she kind of fell off for me a little bit. The love for her feet kind of fell off. I don't know. It's just too blurry up here, but I can see the shading a little bit with her soles, and I appreciate that. And then when we go to the aim, right, like we see peak here a little bit of shading with the soles. We could have used a bit more detail though. Like, despite the shading, I like that we can see like the toes curled just like a little bit like that. I like that, but there's just not enough detail. And I think that's why with Helm's Gotcha Skin still in the honorable mention, I think she just fills that category just like a little bit more defined toes here. But then when we go to the aim, you still see those toes just curl just like a little bit, slightly more detail, but still just not quite enough doing it for me to hit the top 5. But that might be kind of a contender, because now with the honorable mentions out the way, it's time to start talking about my personal top 5. And honestly, it might be a bit crazy for some people. Some people might not get it, but hey, this is my list. All right, let's go with it. This is my top 5. And also, hey, let me know your top 5. All right, everyone got different preferences. All right, but this is my preference. Let's get started. And the first one, gonna be a wild one. All right, some people shit on the skin when it came out, so they might even shit on this decision. But Viper's Gotcha Skin, something about the feet. All right, I think it's the pale skin. I think I've noticed this. I have a thing for the pale skin a little bit of the water and stuff, the legs looking good. But when we go look at the cover pose, like something about the knees and the legs with the toes, like it looks good. And I like the pale feet, and there's still some detail there, which is kind of crazy to me that there's still detail there. You still see those toes a little bit. It looks good. I know people shit on the skin when it came out, and maybe I think I did too a little bit, but still, like, I like it a lot. And I feel like, honestly, I'm not mad at this top 5 right here. But we got to talk about number 4. Number 4 is going to be a surprise for some people. Some people might get it. Some people might not. We got to talk about Anise, baby. This is the year 1 unit that is still holding out strong. No exaggeration. She has some really well-defined feet, some great looking toes. The painted yellow toes look great. A lot of definition, which is crazy. And then when we actually go look at the cover, like, look at those feet, man. The definition is crazy. The detail they kept up with, I can respect. And something about her knees, just, I don't know what's going on. I think I like legs and knees a lot, like good muscle definition. Looks nice to see. And the aim, look at the shading, guys. Look at the shading. Like, look at this. This is peak. This looks good. I was so shocked that I still like it. Like, I wish there was a bit more to do with her pose rather than just being her on her knees. But like, I can respect the amount of shading to her soles that I can get over that. That looks really good. So bravo to Anise for being in the top 5 still after all this time. But now we got to move on to the top 3. Who could be in the top 3? And I'm gonna be honest, this one you might start seeing a pattern in my preference, because I think Trina still looks fantastic. Like, she's kind of hitting all the, the spots. We got belly button, we got booba, we got armpit, we got good thigh squish, we got feet with painted toenails. All right, she might be hitting all the marbles, and we got pale skin. I think there's a pattern with me here. I think there's a pattern with me here. But like, look, you can't get mad at me, because look at those toes. Even with this big ass gun, you still see the toes painted, looking adorable. She's ready to go. And with the aim, I mean, come on. They put a lot of detail right here. I'm not even kidding. No exaggeration. There's a good bit of detail with her feet here. You even see a little bit of the veins painted onto her feet. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Pale feet with a lot of detail. Come on. Nothing better. I think this is a great top 3 contender. But hey, with the recent anniversaries that we've had, we got insane looking skins. So, of course, with our number 2 best feet in Nikke, we obviously have to give it to Nayuta and Nayuta's Gotcha Skin. I'm sorry, but galactic feet? Don't get me started. We got booba, we got belly, but we got galactic feet? What's going on here? What's going on here? Hey, and I'm just saying, cover for them, really well-defined looking feet, but the fucking aim is crazy. Look at how well defined those feet are. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And like when you hit, like look at this. Look at these feet. Look at this. Well-defined feet, well-defined toes. The shape looks good, man. Galactic feet go crazy. So I can respect this at number 2. Because not only that, but you even see it in the cover. Look how great those feet are. Looking good, man. But who can even top galactic feet when they look this good? Who can top the galactic feet? And you know what can top galactic feet? Doing tech deck tricks with your own feet. That's who. Who can do it? None other than our girl Trony being number 1. Can we just give her a round of applause to her? She's doing great. Look at those tech deck tricks she's doing with her feet. Still, if she gets a treasure, I'll invest in her, all right? She's doing tricks with her feet, using her big toe to click. Like, come on. Hitting the... Dude, come on. Let me be the computer screen right there. You know what I'm saying? Right there. Great looking idol right there. Fantastic. And then when we look at the cover, I mean, the definition in her feet is crazy. Whoever did her art knew what they were doing, all right? They kind of unlocked something for me here. And then the aim, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. Like, look at those feet. Look at the detail. The toes move too. Like, come on. Come on. If we got like the detail of the Rappy Gacha skin or something like that with these feet, ooh boy, I'm telling you, they knew what they were doing here. Good stuff all around. So big props to our girl Trony. All right, still number 1 in my heart. One day I will fully invest in her. Maybe if she gets a treasure, I could definitely see it in her future, because I'm gonna be honest, I really don't care about her skin as much, just because it kind of covers it a little bit. You know what I mean? Kind of covers the feet a little bit, but still looks really, really nice. So big props to her. That is the best feet in Nikke as of 2025, according to me. Remember, this is all of my own opinion. Do let me know what your thoughts are. Did you hate the list? Did you even hate this video? Is my digital footprint fucked? We'll see. But I wanted to just release a fun video for you guys. Something that kind of somewhat represents my channel, I guess. I really hate that I'm going to say that, but still, I feel like that kind of tracks. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. But still, that is going to be it for me. So I hope you guys have a lovely day, a lovely night wherever you're from. And as always, thank you so much for the constant support. Take care. Have a good one and have a happy holidays.